Hey buddy, would you like to know about a betting option generating a return on investment close to 14%? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do in this video by answering the following question. Should we bet the Philadelphia Eagles to win over or under 9.5 games in 2020? I'm Professor MJ, a university statistics professor, and I keep working and working very hard to provide sophisticated sports bettors like you as many insightful sport betting tips as possible. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to help you grow your bankroll. The Eagles have been a good model of consistency. Over the past 20 years, they've had just 4 losing seasons. It was not always pretty, but Philly managed to secure the NFC East title with a 9-7 record last year. They closed out the regular season with a 4-game winning streak to edge the Cowboys atop the division. Unfortunately, Carson Wentz exited the wild-card playoff game early, and the team could not overcome his absence in a 17-9 home loss to the Seahawks. Now let's review the Eagles' offense. When comparing the upcoming 2020 season with last year, there are some positives and some negatives. Well, let's discuss the negative stuff first. I do expect a downgrade on the offensive line. They played at an extremely high level last year, with 4 guys finishing among the top 6 players at their respective position, based on Pro Football Focus rankings. That's unlikely to happen again, especially with 3 linemen aged 30 years or above. Also, second-year man Andre Dillard has good potential, but it will be difficult to match Jason Peters' level of play. I do expect a drop-off here. At quarterback and tight end, the situation remains stable, with Carson Wentz, Zach Ertz, and Dallas Goedert all being back. At the running back position, losing Jordan Howard to free agency won't hurt too much, with the emergence of electrifying Boston Scott. I like this guy. Also, Miles Sanders is expected to take a leap in his sophomore season. Finally, how could you not expect better production from the wide receiver group? They were hit by the injury bug a lot last year. Aguilar's departure is a moderate blow, but getting Deshaun Jackson back is a bonus. Hopefully, speedy rookie Jalen Reagor can provide a spark to an offense that sorely missed game breakers last year. The Eagles' offense scored the 12th highest number of points last year. My final conclusion, based on the arguments I just told you about, is that I expect similar production in 2020. Let's preview the 2020 Eagles defense as opposed to the 2019 defense. This unit was upgraded quite a bit during the offseason at 2 positions, but it also suffered a severe downgrade at a couple others. First, acquiring Javon Hargrave to team up with Fletcher Cox on the interior of the line was big. At cornerback, getting Darius Slay and Nicole Roby-Coleman will provide much needed help at a position that has caused headaches for years in Philly. Unfortunately, the defense lost its best safety when Malcolm Jenkins signed with the Saints. Also, even though none of them was a true difference maker, losing linebackers Nigel Bradham and Camus Brugier-Hill creates a hole. Since the team acquired some big-time players while losing good average players, I envision a small improvement. In 2019, the Eagles finished in the middle of the pack in terms of points allowed per game. As a matter of fact, they finished 15th. I see Philly finishing around the number 10 to number 13 spot this year. This is what you've been waiting for. Should we bet Philadelphia to win over or under 9.5 games in 2020? Well, I'm going to answer this question by using 3 different sources. Source number 1, the point spreads by betonline.ag. Source number 2, my own personal opinion. Source number 3, the opinion of 12 well-known NFL experts. Alright, so let's start with source number 1, BetOnline's point spreads. If you look at betonline.ag, they have already posted their lines on all 256 regular season games. Now it's pretty easy to convert those point spreads into probabilities for the road and home team to win each game. I used the statistical software called R in order to simulate each of those 256 games according to the win probabilities. So I came up with the final standings for one simulated year. And then I went on to simulate 1 million years to get more accurate results. Now here are the results. In 42.3% of the cases, the Eagles won over 9.5 games. And obviously in the remaining 57.7% of the years, the under was a winner. Now, what are the lines on the over and the under? I looked at 13 well-known online sportsbooks, and the best odds available on the over can be found at FanDuel, and those odds are minus 105, while the highest odds on the under is minus 103 at Pinnacle Sports. Now, based on those probabilities and those odds, the return on your money, the ROI, on the over is minus 17.4%. So that's a bad betting option. While the ROI on the under is plus 13.7%, which is great. And by the way, this is the 19th highest ROI among the league's 32 clubs. So in other words, there are 18 other teams whose ROI is bigger than 14%, which is great. So don't miss out on my other videos. The best way to do so is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright, now let's look at source number 2, my own personal opinion. I already told you my preview of the 2020 offense and defense for the Eagles. Now, I also estimated the point spread of all games in 2020, and I simulated 1 million years by using my point spreads. Here are the results. So based on my own opinion, the over has a 53% chance of hitting, while the under has a 47% chance of winning. And given the odds available, well, my own opinion would tell you not to bet on the Eagles' win totals in 2020. Now let's look at source number 3, reporters. I looked at the power rankings, the current power rankings after the free agent acquisitions, after the draft, from 12 NFL experts. And then I combined those 12 power rankings into one. Now this aggregate power ranking was used to estimate point spreads on all games by using an algorithm that I'm not going to go over. Now, and once again, I simulated 1 million years by using those estimated point spreads from the opinion of NFL experts. And the over has a 43% chance of winning, while the under has a 57% chance of winning. So the results are very similar to the first source, BetOnline. So to recap, BetOnline and the NFL experts are telling you that it is best to bet the Eagles to win under 9.5 games this year, while my own opinion says do not bet. Ultimately, you are the decision maker when it comes down to placing your bets, and I'm here to give you some additional information that might help you. I hope you found the results from these thorough statistical studies to be insightful. Now I've got a lot more to come. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can help you grow your bankroll. I'm Professor MJ, a university statistics professor. See ya!